Here with reaction to all of this breaking news, the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, The Russia Hoax, the illicit scheme to clear Hillary Clinton framed Donald Trump, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, Fox News investigative reporter, contributor Sarah Carter, the author of the brand new book, The Deep State, How an Army of Bureaucrats Protected Barack Obama and is Working to Destroy Donald Trump. Fox News contributor, former Congressman Jason Chaffetz. Let's start with the news with you, Sarah. I have had multiple sources tonight telling me that when all this information that the president called for is out, it will all be clear and apparent to everybody. And that what the left was hoping for today with Rod Rosenstein is the president would jump in and they'd get a Friday night massacre and they'd flip it on the president.
Yeah, what you're hearing is what I'm hearing as well, Sean. And I think people need to put this into perspective. Let's go back to May 2017. And Rod Rosenstein's letter, to have Comey fired to the president. Rod Rosenstein, everything that happened back then happened for a purpose. He sent that letter, according to my sources, it goes right with the New York Times story. He was very adamant. He was on the president's side about this. And now we have McCabe. And remember, McCabe wrote these memos then. He didn't write them now. So I don't buy for 1 minute the Department of Justice explanation that he was just joking around. I also believe that they're trying to trap the president. They're trying to corner him. But remember, McCabe is facing a grand jury. He is a liar. He's been caught lying. He leaked to the media. That's a fact. But he's facing the grand jury now, and he doesn't want to be the only guy to go down. He wants to take everyone else with him. I think the president has no other choice here, and the Department of Justice, but to launch a full investigation, according to my sources, a complete investigation, and then make his decision after that investigation. Or if evidence arises that this is what Rod Rosenstein asked people to do, wiretap the president, or he himself would wiretap the president and try to push people towards removing the president from office, citing the 25th Amendment, then the president eventually needs to fire him. That absolutely must happen.
But it's not the time, Congressman Chaffetz, and by the way, both your book and Greg's book have done so well because of the truth that's in it. But the president on both these issues we're talking about tonight needs to stay out of it, because they set a trap for him today. They wanted him to fire Rod Rosenstein. Now, Andrew McCabe and Lisa Strzok, they have contemporaneous notes from these meetings. We need to examine them, but it really shows the need for two things. One, what the president called for to be released needs to be released, not go through Michael Horowitz. And number two, we need a special counsel like yesterday or a year ago.
Yeah, no, absolutely right, Sean. First of all, Attorney General Jeff Sessions is there in name only. He's absolutely worthless. And instead of running that department and agency, he just, goes around and gives a few speeches. He's worthless there. I do believe in Michael Horowitz. He's the one that uncovered and gave.
It takes him forever, though. It took him 18 months.
Yeah, no, but he's the reason that we actually have a lot of these text messages.
Truth.
But at the same time, we absolutely need all of these documents to go to Congress. I don't buy into this delay. They're going to, we're going to come back on this show a month from now and not going to be able to see all of this. But at the heart of this, Sean, a few months into the presidency, you have 7 people, I believe it was 7, may have 6 people, sitting around months after Donald Trump has taken the presidency, and they're discussing what? How to take down Donald Trump. That's how serious this is. I wish that all of them would be wiped clean and get rid of all of them, but the president should not take the bait.
And then I'll go to Greg and get his full comments. Hands up, yes or no? Was this an attempted coup? First, to stop the president from getting elected, and then to destroy him by the upper echelons of the DOJ and the FBI. I say yes.
Yes. It's got all of the markings of it, Sean. It's got all of the markings of it, but I don't trust. But at the same time, I don't totally trust the New York Times. So I've got to learn a little bit more.
We know Andrew McCabe's a liar, but I'm saying based on everything we know about McCabe, Comey, Strzok, Page, or Steele. Greg, we'll throw it to you.
It is the equivalent of an attempted coup, a plot to overthrow the Trump presidency. Saboteurs within the Department of Justice and the FBI working furiously to undo the election results and frame Trump for colluding with Russia to win the election, even though they had no evidence at all. The only thing they had was a phony dossier they knew was fabricated and written by a liar and funded by Hillary Clinton's campaign. So, Rod Rosenstein certainly deserves to be fired. Even suggesting
But the
to
president
secretly
shouldn't do
record
it,
the
should he?
president of the
The
United
president
States.
needs to stay out of it.
I didn't hear you.
You disagree. The president, it needs to be Jeff Sessions. The president, if he does it, the deep state wants him to do it so they can bludgeon him.
I don't care who fires him, whether it's Sessions or the president. It may not be politically expedient at this time, but he certainly deserves to be fired. And by the way, as a consequence of his actions, the special counsel investigation should be terminated because he's corrupted and tainted the integrity of it.
That I agree with too, Sarah.
Yeah. Sean, this was a silent coup. This is what they call a bloodless coup, and they were trying to do it, and they got caught. They didn't know how to do it, and everything's coming out now, and we need an investigation, a special counsel to take over and find out the truth.
Last word, Jason.
Find out everybody that was in that meeting, and one at a time, under oath, bring them before Congress and make them explain what was going on there, because it certainly has all the suspicions and all the markings.
And release the documents.
Yes.
Demand the
Yes.
documents.
Yes.
The people deserve to see them yesterday.
Yes.
Thank you all. When we come back.